Prison Break is an American television serial drama created by Paul Shoring, that was broadcast on Fox for 5 seasons, from 2005 until 2016. The series was revived in 2015. The series revolves around two brothers. One brother has been sentenced to death for a crime he did not commit, and the other devises an elaborate plan to help his brother escape prison and clear his name. The series was produced by Adelstein Perow's Productions, in association with Original Television and 20th Century Fox Television. Along with creator Paul Shoring, the series is executive produced by Matt Olmstead, Kevin Hooks, Marty Adelstein, Dawn Perow's, Neil H. Moritz, and Brett Ratner, who directed the pilot episode. The series' theme music, composed by Raman Djawadi, was nominated for a Primetime Emmy Award in 2006. The series was originally turned down by Fox in 2003, which was concerned about the long-term prospects of such a series. Following the popularity of serialized primetime television series Lost and 24, Fox decided to back production in 2004. The first season received generally positive reviews, and performed well in the ratings. The first season was originally planned for a 13-episode run, but was extended to include an extra 9 episodes due to its popularity. Prison Break was nominated for several industry awards, and won the 2006 People's Choice Award for Favorite New TV Drama and was nominated for the 2005 Golden Globe Award for Best Television Series Drama. In the United States, all 4 seasons have been released on DVD and released on Blu-ray internationally. The success of the series has inspired short videos for mobile phones, several official tie-ins in print and on the internet, as well as a video game. A spin-off series, Prison Break: Proof of Innocence, was produced exclusively for mobile phones. The series has spawned an official magazine and a tie-in novel. The 4th season of Prison Break returned from its mid-season break in a new time slot on April 17, 2009 for the series' last 6 episodes. 2 additional episodes, titled The Old Ball and Chain and Free, were produced, and were later transformed into a standalone feature, titled The Final Break. The events of this feature take place before the last scene of the series finale, and are intended to conclude unfinished plotlines. The feature was released on DVD and Blu-ray July 21, 2009. In June 2015, it was announced that a limited series revival was in development at Fox. In August 2015, it was announced that a 10-episode limited series was ordered to debut on Fox in 2016. Season synopses. Season 1. The first season follows the rescue of Lincoln Burrows, who was accused of murdering Terrence Steadman, the brother of Vice President of the United States Caroline Reynolds. Lincoln is sentenced to death and is incarcerated in Fox River State Penitentiary, where he awaits his execution. Lincoln's brother, brilliant structural engineer Michael Schofield, is convinced of Lincoln's innocence and formulates an escape plan. In order to gain access to Fox River, Michael commits an armed robbery which results in his being sentenced to Fox River. In prison, Michael befriends the prison doctor Sarah Tancredi when he pretends to suffer from type 1 diabetes, in order to gain daily access to the prison's infirmary, when he receives his daily insulin shots. The brothers' fight to ward off the execution is aided by their lifelong friend Veronica Donovan, who begins to investigate the conspiracy that put Lincoln in jail. However, they are hindered by covert agents, members of an organization known as the Company. The Company was responsible for framing Lincoln, and they did so because of Lincoln's father Aldo Burrows, and his former connections with the Company. The brothers, along with 6 other inmates, Fernando Sucre, Theodore T. Bagwell, Benjamin Miles, C. Note, Franklin, David Tweener, Apolskis, John Abruzzi, and Charles Haywire, Partoshik, who come to be known as the Fox River 8. escape in the episode immediately prior to the season finale. After using their prison industry privileges to dig an escape tunnel underneath the prison. Season 2. The second season begins 8 hours after the escape, focusing mainly on the 8 escapees. Series creator Paul Shoring describes the second season as The Fugitive ×8 and likens it to the second half of The Great Escape. The fugitives split up and journey to locations across the country, with the authorities close behind them as they each pursue their individual goals. Brad Bellick gets fired from the prison where he worked as the main guard and chases after the inmates himself for the reward money. Several of the escapees reunite in search of a large cache of money buried long ago by another Fox River inmate, Charles Westmoreland. Federal agent Alexander Mahone is assigned to track down and capture the 8 fugitives, but is revealed to be working for the company, which wants all 8 men dead. When Sarah discovers her father, Governor Frank Tancredi, has been killed, she meets with Michael, remaining with him as the brothers try to bring down now President Reynolds, a company member. To ensure the brothers' safety, Sarah allows herself to be arrested and faces trial. During the trial, the testimony of former Secret Service agent Paul Kellerman, who used to work for the company-controlled president, exonerates Lincoln and Sarah. Half of the escapees are killed or recaptured, but the brothers make it to Panama. Michael, T-Bag, Mahone, and Bellick are arrested by the Panamanian authorities and imprisoned at the Penitenciaria Federal de Sona. Season 3. The third season follows Michael inside Sona and Lincoln on the outside in Panama. Sona is a prison that has been run by the inmates and guarded only from the outside, due to a riot the year before. Burroughs is quickly contacted by Gretchen Morgan, who kidnapped his son LJ and Sarah, the woman Michael loves. He is told that the company wants Schofield to break James Whistler out of Sona. The season follows Michael and Whistler's trials in formulating an escape plan, as Michael has to deal with extreme tension and as Lincoln deals with the company's operative Gretchen Morgan. Sucre gets a job at the prison to aid Michael in his escape plan. When Lincoln attempts to rescue Sarah and LJ following a clue provided by Sarah, Gretchen claims to have beheaded Sarah and sends Lincoln ahead in a box as a warning. As the season ends, the pair manage to escape along with Mahone and another inmate, Lewis, leaving behind several accomplices including T-Bag and Bellick. Sucre's identity is discovered by a prison guard and he is thrown into Sona just after the escape. LJ and Sophia are traded for Whistler, and Michael seeks revenge against Gretchen for Sarah's death. Season 4. The major storyline for the fourth season is about a team recruited by Homeland Security agent John Self to obtain Scylla. Although the team initially believes it to be the company's black book, it is later revealed to contain information on an advanced renewable power cell. Over the course of the first half of the season, the team obtains cards to access Scylla and breaks into company headquarters to steal it. Sarah is discovered to be alive, Bellick dies when he sacrifices himself, and Self is revealed to be a double agent intent on selling Scylla to the highest bidder. Reluctantly, Lincoln decides to join the company to get it back, while Michael suffers from a hypothalamic hamartoma. He is treated and operated on by the company. Michael later learns that his mother, Christina, is still alive and was an agent of the company, who is revealed to acquire Scylla to sell to the highest bidder. Eventually, the series' main storyline of the past 4 seasons ends in Miami, where Scylla is recovered by Michael and the team. The general and the company are taken down, and Sarah kills Christina. The last 2 episodes of the season represent the series finale. In the penultimate episode, Sarah is seen buying flowers in Panama with her toddler son, Michael, before visiting Michael's grave with Lincoln, Sucre and Mahone. The final episode and television movie Prison Break. The final break shows what happened between the takedown of the company and Michael's death. This story involves the incarceration of Sarah in Miami-Dade County Penitentiary for Kristina's murder. The General and Teabagger in the adjacent men's facility. The General wants Sarah dead and has put a $100,000 bounty on her. Michael hears of the bounty and devises a plan to break Sarah out. In the end, knowing that he is dying from a brain tumor, Michael sacrifices himself for Sarah to escape. Cast and characters. Prison Break maintains an ensemble cast for each season along with many recurring guest stars. The first season features a cast of 10 actors who receive star billing, who were based in Chicago or at Fox River State Penitentiary. The second season features a cast of 9 actors who receive billing. 3 characters are downgraded from series regular to recurring status. Another is upgraded, and a new character is introduced. The third season introduces 4 new characters, 2 of whom are prisoners at Penitenciaria Federal de Zona. Most of the changes in the cast have been due to character deaths. Series creator, Paul Shoring, explains that killing off major characters makes the audience that much more fearful for our protagonists, and that it actually does help us in terms of reducing storylines. The 2 protagonists of the series, Michael Scofield and Lincoln Burrows, are the only characters to have appeared in every episode of the series. Dominic Purcell as Lincoln Burrows. Lincoln is a high school dropout and a convicted felon, who is wrongfully accused of and charged with the murder of Terrence Steadman, the brother of the Vice President of the United States. Purcell was cast 3 days before the start of production and consequently, he was the last actor to join the original cast. He auditioned for the role while he had a recurring role as Tommy Raveter on North Shore. Since working on John Doe, Purcell has had an amiable relationship with Fox. Hence, he was sent the pilot script of Prison Break. Shoring's first impression of Purcell did not convince him as a fit for the role since the actor went to the audition with his hair styled and a tan. However, Purcell's acting won the role. He arrived on the set on the first day of filming with a shaved head, which amazed Shoring with the physical likeness of the series' 2 leading actors. Wentworth Miller as Michael Scofield. Michael is Lincoln's brother and worked as a structural engineer before devoting full time to his brother's case. In order to save his brother's life, Michael creates an elaborate plan to help his brother escape from prison. In an interview, Paul Shoring recalled that most of the actors who tested for the role would come in playing mysterious, but it was so cheesy and false. A week before the start of production, Miller auditioned for the role and impressed Shoring with his performance. He was cast the following day. Robin Tunney as Veronica Donovan. Veronica is Michael and Lincoln's childhood friend who decides to review Lincoln's case at Michael's insistence. She becomes Lincoln's lawyer and appears as a major character in the first season. Peter Stormare as John Abruzzi. Due to his role as the leader of a Chicago mafia, Abruzzi became a prominent figure at Fox River State Penitentiary. He agrees to provide an escape jet plane for Michael in exchange for the location of the eyewitness to his crimes, Otto Fibonacci. He appears regularly in the first half of the first season and makes selected appearances towards the end of the first season and the beginning of the second season. Amerino Lasco as Fernando Sucre. Sucre develops a friendship with Michael during time at Fox River State Penitentiary, where he was his cellmate. Initially, his character's story focuses on his wish to reunite with his fiancée. Upon receiving the pilot script, Nolasco's first thought was that it was one of those failed pilots that the network did not really want, since most of the series pilots would have started production by that time. Admitting that he does not like to read, Nolasco was amazed that the script was a huge page-turner. Subsequently, he was cast in the role. Marshall Ullman as Lincoln L.J. Burrows Jr. L.J. is the teenage son of Lincoln Burrows and is greatly affected by his father's death sentence. He is forced into hiding after he becomes the target of the people who want Lincoln dead. Wade Williams as Brad Belloc. Belloc is introduced as the captain of Fox River's correctional officers. After reading the pilot script, Williams initially did not want to portray the role of Belloc because the character was horrible and despicable. His reluctance stemmed from being the father of a 4-year-old daughter. However, his manager persuaded him to audition for the role, and Williams landed the role of Belloc. Sarah Wayne Callies as Sarah Tancredi. Sarah is the prison doctor at Fox River and the daughter of Governor Frank Tancredi, who is linked into the plot that brings Lincoln to Fox River. She takes a liking to Michael and eventually aids his escape. She ultimately joins them on the run. Callies was the first actress the producers saw at the audition for the role of Sarah Tancredi and was also the first to become a principal cast member. Paul Adelstein as Paul Kellerman. Kellerman was introduced as a Secret Service agent working for the Vice President to make sure that the execution of Lincoln Burrows goes smoothly. He appears as a major character in the first and second seasons. Robert Nepper as Theodore Teabag Bagwell. Teabag appears in all 4 seasons of the series as a cunning, violent, and manipulative psychopath, consistently underestimated by those around him. Teabag will stop at nothing to get what he wants and lets nothing stand in his way. Rockman Dunbar as Benjamin Miles, see note, Franklin. Desperate for his family, see note, blackmails Michael at Fox River to join his escape team. He appears in the series as a major character in the first and second seasons. William Fichtner as Alexander Mahone. Introduced as an FBI agent in the second season, Mahone's assignment was to locate the fugitives. Mahone is intellectually matched with Michael and his background unfolds as the series progresses. In the third season he finds himself incarcerated with Michael in Sona and is eventually forced to become his ally through the final season. Chris Vance as James Whistler. Whistler is incarcerated in Sona for the murder of the mayor's son and appears as a major character in the third season. He also stars in the first episode of the fourth season. Robert Wisdom as Norman Letchero, St. John. Appearing as a major character in the third season, Letchero is a prisoner at Sona who rules the prison as a dictator and a Panamanian drug kingpin. Danai Garcia as Sophia Lugo. Sophia was introduced in the third season as Whistler's girlfriend. At the beginning of the fourth season, she begins dating Lincoln Burrows. Jodie Lynn O'Keefe as Gretchen Morgan. Introduced as Susan B. Anthony, Gretchen is an operative for the company who is in charge of ensuring the escape of James Whistler. Michael Rappaport as Donald Self. Introduced in the fourth season, Self is a Department of Homeland Security special agent who teams up with the gang to take down the company.